The Colorado Contractors Association honors its 2018 Board President, Tim Maloney, Vice President at Kramer North America.
When I first came to Colorado 21 years ago, our organization wasn't very involved in CCA. But I think sometime in the early 2000s, I started getting involved in some task forces and specific issues. And with that, I realized the impact of CCA on industry and on what we do for the state of Colorado was tremendous. So I think that led to maybe 9 years ago, my start on the board, and it's been great ever since.
For all the time that I've known Tim, I've just known him to be like one of the most thoughtful leaders that I've known here at CCA. So whether it was on committees or through his board participation, and then as he's come up through the chairs, he's always brought that thoughtfulness and that kind of reasonable, calm leadership to the association, which is just I've always really appreciated and always looked up to him.
You know, I'm a sports person, and so a lot of times you see players talk about how they would run through a wall for their coach. They love their coach. You don't see that in business. People don't want to run through a wall for their boss, except for Tim Maloney. I've talked to multiple people over there that love him. They say that's why they're at Kramer. That's why they love being at Kramer, is because of Tim, their relationship with him, and what he means to them. And I don't know that you can ask for more or say more about a leader or a guy who's at the forefront than that.
He listens more than he talks, but then what he does say, when he says it, it's very meaningful, and you listen to it, and he's on point all the time, and he leads by example. He leads with honesty and integrity, and he has the respect of not just the board, not just the membership, anybody that has the opportunity to deal with him.
So this year, the association leadership, both the CCA board and the CIC 527 steering committee, made the joint decision to put a sales tax increase on the ballot.
Over the past year, I think the biggest success is the coalition that we brought together, and the awareness to make transportation front and center in discussions with our legislature, with the public. We're all very disappointed that we weren't able to pass anything this year and move forward funding for transportation, but I think we made a big impact in the awareness of that, and I think hopefully we set the stage for this coming year.
The great leadership that Tim provided there was that as we made that decision, it was truly made as a group. Everyone involved in the decision, everyone with skin in the game, understood the risk that we were taking, and unanimously everybody was all in. And once the decision was made to be all in, Tim led us to be all in. He put everything he had into it, and we worked side by side, and we never would have been as successful in raising the amount of money that we raised and getting the participation that we got from the CCA membership had it not been for Tim's strong leadership.
He made more phone calls, I guarantee you, than anybody else did. And he was very successful at that, only because of the respect that he has in our industry.
I know that Tim did not enjoy the role of salesman, fundraiser. That's not a natural thing for him. And so to see what he accomplished in spite of that is really incredible. I mean, that's a force of will for somebody saying, I need to do this, I need to get it done, and he did a great job. And I hope he's really proud of it, because I was really impressed by what he did.
Now when the governor and the legislative leaders going into the new year, going into the legislative session, they're talking about transportation and education funding side by side. We are not seen as second fiddle to education anymore, because we stepped up right along with education, and we had as much skin in the game as they did, and we took the same risk that they did. Had we sat on the sidelines one more year and let education go, I think it would have been a much different, we'd be having much different conversations right now trying to catch up. But because of what we were able to accomplish last year, we're in a much better position this year to be successful, and it is such in a large part to Tim's leadership.
Well, I can honestly say Tim has set the bar very high, and I don't think there's any way that I can fill Tim's shoes in what he did this year and the tireless effort he gave to the campaign and the initiatives that we were trying to put forth. And so I really thank Tim. I respect Tim for what he did and the amount of time that he put forth on the association's behalf.
What was most rewarding for me is sitting in a room and hearing the goal of what our industry had to raise, and we're wanting to run away from that completely, saying there's no way we'll do that, and then just being inspired by, some of my predecessors, Jeff Keller and Joe O'Day, saying, you're damn right we're going to be able to do that, and we did that and more, in raising money and raising energy and being involved. So I think that's probably what I'm most proud about.
And under Tim's leadership, the association had a great year in a lot of different areas. And we can't forget the legislative successes that we had in 2018. We had over $500 million committed from the general fund, which is the most that has ever been committed at one time to transportation. We had a big victory. It's a problem that's been going on for 20 years on creating a true one-call system for utility locates. CCA took the lead on that. We had a lot of great partners in that process, but we had a great victory there. Our membership has grown. We've added new staff, new training programs. So in so many ways, this association has grown and prospered in 2018 under Tim's leadership. And we have Tim to thank in a big way for that.
Join us in recognizing Tim Maloney for his years of service to the Colorado Contractors Association.